New York City Mayor Eric Adams pleaded not guilty to the federal corruption and bribery charges filed against him. He appeared at the Manhattan federal courthouse for his arraignment, and moments ago, his attorney made a statement to the press as they walked out. Take a listen.
There are no emails, text messages, or any corroboration whatsoever that the mayor knew about anything having to do with these campaign donations. The entire body of evidence is one staffer that says there was a conversation. What you have not learned is that that staffer has lied, and the government is in possession of that lie.
Mayor Adams is charged with 5 criminal counts that include conspiracy, wire fraud, solicitation, and bribery. NBC News correspondent Antonia Hilton joins us now from outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. So, Antonia, let's dig into exactly what the lawyer for the mayor just said there, that this is all a case hinging on one person. Do we know who that staff person is, and what is the evidence of this lie?
Well, Vicki, we're waiting for additional evidence of the lie. They said that this is something that the government has possession of, but it's not clearly marked in that 57-page explosive indictment. And they're talking about a staffer who allegedly coordinated these the alleged illegal foreign campaign contributions that then prosecutors say were masked as straw donors here in the United States. And so I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about this person and any other communications they may or may not have had. What you see in those alleged text messages is that they are coordinating and claiming there are conversations, but the evidence of or any transcript of or proof of that conversation is clearly what the Adams team is going to point toward. We also know today that they are saying that they're going to file a motion to dismiss. We know that the next proceeding is going to be in early October, so in just a few days. And we'll be waiting to hear more from Adams' team in terms of their defense. But they say they're hoping for a speedy trial here and, of course, are maintaining his innocence, Vicki.
Yeah, that's a very good point. He's denied any wrongdoing. Prosecutors also talked about a bail package during today's hearing. Did you learn any more about that?
That's right. So this is a bail package that really doesn't involve that much more than a signature and a promise. So he has to sign to agree to make sure that he does not skip any upcoming court appearances. And then there is an agreement around his communications. So while he can speak with necessary staff and relatives and others, he cannot talk about the facts of this case. And the government is going to provide a list of people, because you see in this indictment that there are some staffers or people involved who you might be able to make assumptions about who they might be, but it is unclear in many cases. So they're going to provide a very clear list of names to his team so that Mayor Adams knows exactly who the government expects him to not communicate with as things move forward to a potential trial, Vicki.
All right, Antonia Hilton, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.